Hey, Pop. Can I ask you a question? How come you ain't never liked me?
Like you? What law is there say I got to like you?
None.
All right then. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
As long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
'Cause of you.
Hell, I know it's 'cause of me, but why do you think that is?
'Cause you like me?
Like you.
All right, so very nice to meet both of you.
Likewise.
Powerful film, powerful cast. I literally stepped into the movie, and when it ended, I had to pull myself out. Characters, as in most of Wilson's work, very familiar.
Yes.
I could identify family members, and I identified most probably with your characters both. I had a very hard parent.
Okay.
And so when you learned that you were in the Broadway production, 2010.
Yes.
So when you did that and you coming into the film, who were you most familiar with and who did you most identify with?
Of course, Corey. Just because he was dealing with something between him and his father that I think a lot of young men go through. So initially, having not done the play, but being familiar with August Wilson's work and Fences in particular, I was right away. It was just Corey. Corey was the person I related to.
Yeah, I mean, I was most familiar with Lyons in that I understood his plight, I understood his journey, his need for love, but I could identify with Troy, and because I grew up surrounded by those men who were who've been bruised,
Right.
and who have felt a longing to be heard, who had a need to matter in
Right.
life in our society,
Right.
but weren't. And so I can identify with those men who just go to work every day as the nameless many,
Right.
who we see every day, picking up our garbage, delivering our mail possibly, doing all those jobs and looked at as the least of these.
Okay.
But but they matter,
Yes.
and I think what August did, and the reason why I can identify with, because that does represent my uncle, that does represent my father, that does represent the men who lived in my neighborhood, and who just honestly just didn't get the same opportunity that I had.
Okay.
So they're all around us.
Yes.
And I think what August has done is he shed light on them and said, "Come on out of the shadows, and we're going to give you a crown, and we're going to give you a scepter, and you're one of our kings, and you're one of our queens of our community, and you matter. And so here we are to honor who you are."
Yes. Now, Jovan, when you got the role and you realized who was in the film, how was it coming into Fences with industry veterans such as Russell, Denzel, Viola, especially since they were former cast members of the play?
It was overwhelming, to say the least, and just to be specific, I knew who was involved well before I got the part, of course. So it was one of those things where even when I was auditioning, I knew that the stakes were high just because this was a job of a lifetime. And coming in, I wanted to make sure, because everyone who was returning was in the Broadway cast, I wanted to make sure that I had prepared enough and I was prepared to be able to step in and not miss a beat. I wanted to be able to just gel in with the family and do my part the best way that I could.
Okay. And what was the best piece of advice you were given by a cast member coming in?
Just to trust that you did the work and to have fun.
Okay.
For sure, yeah, for sure it has.
Now, the film was filmed on location in the Hill District. Now, your father is from McKeesport.
Yes.
Were you familiar with the local spots, and were you telling everyone where to hang?
Oh, no.
No?
I had no idea. I mean, my familiarity extended as far as the plays of August Wilson. Just having read them over the years, I felt a familiarity and a kinship, to Pittsburgh and the Hill. But once we got, on the terra firma, I was lost.
Okay. Did the cast do anything special to build that camaraderie, kinship on the set?
I just think, everybody. Well, first, I mean, everybody was welcome, and I think everybody understood the magnitude of this project, and came with a sense of reverence, of respect, and a willingness to do whatever it took to, to make it, you know, to make it that masterpiece that that it deserved, you know, and to really support the film. But you know, it's an inherent feeling, you know. I mean, you know, we are. We're folks who know. We know who August is. We know who Denzel is. So everybody came with their level best, just ready to honor the project.
Okay, okay. Now my site is called Music Movies Thoughts, and so I want to ask a signature question. I asked if you could portray any artist, past or present. Who would that be and why? That could be music, arts, film, theater.
Stevie Wonder.
And why?
You said and why? Just because I'm a huge fan of his music, and I think he'd be a very interesting person to play.
Okay, and Russell.
Wow, that's a very.
I thought about this question before. I was ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I mean, you know, there's so many, but you know, I guess for me it would probably, wow, Ernie Barnes, the imagery, you know, and to be able to take that what you see around you and put that on a canvas, and really share the beautiful imagery of our people, of Black people and Black culture, and get it so right.
Yeah.
You know, if I could do that, if I could express through imagery, you know, my thoughts and my feelings and what I see, it would be a beautiful thing. So yeah, Ernie Barnes.
Okay, nice. And you being a veteran from the stage,
Yes.
what would you say were the pros and cons of just this translating this movie from?
You know, it's all pro. I mean, you know, first of all, you're working on August Wilson.
Right.
You know, it doesn't get better than that. It really doesn't.
Right.
And the opportunity to reinvestigate the material, you know, is a joy, and also just to sort of be more intimate with each other, to have this much distance and even less with your scene partner is a beautiful thing, because we get to see all the idiosyncrasies and all the little things that we do as people in real life, and the camera had an opportunity to capture all those things, and I think that informed the work and also informed the character, and I think will give audiences a different opportunity to peer inside these people and really see them for who they are.
Okay. I want to thank you both very, very much. It's a pleasure.
Easy for me to admit that I've been standing in the same place for 18 years.
Well, I've been standing with you. I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you.